I understand that it is only 7:59, but it is 8 o'clock within my heart, and therefore we're going to get started because I just don't want to wait anymore. Ready to get on with this rat killing? That's what I'm doing. Uh, Hello. Sorry, I'm just looking at my dashboard and stuff, and I feel like I have a little bit more information sometimes, and then it looks weird. And the stream on Saturday night, where I was writing music, that was also weird. I also realized that's why I haven't streamed music because my uh, logic keeps crashing on me. Something IO buffer. I don't know. I looked it up. I just needed to see if I can test it out. Anyways, I hope your Monday is going well. Mine is going fine. I sort of cut out of work a little bit early, like 30 minutes early. Not even that long, like 20 minutes early. Um, and so now here I am. I do wish there was music on this screen. It drives me crazy that it's so silent. But I also thought if I'm still playing this game in a week, then maybe I'll use the music from the Golden Idol from the first game as the background music for the menu because it's such a intense sound that it almost fits this game. It's such a I don't know if dark is the word I'm looking for because this game is dark. Also, a similar issue with their eyes being of colors that were unknown or that they shouldn't be. Anyways, let's get on with it. Now, I love that we're going to have music within the game, but why not the menu? Give me something to work with, y'all. Can I touch these? I really want to touch these right now. All right, let's do this. Yeah, the most recent one would be great. Well, I guess continue at the top would have been fine. Okay. The writer's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. Sad. And then we get to get this again. Oh, I don't recall getting this, but you know what? This is fine. Got the man with the face. I am marked by Jupiter. I am marked by Jupiter. Okay. Either we're talking about Jupiter the cat, like this, I'm marked by Jupiter, or let's see what it looks like in here. Jupiter. Jupiter. Okay, this is Jupiter. This is 10. It looks like 21, but also 4. Huh. Marked by Jupiter. Interesting that it's doing that activity right now. I don't know what that was. Okay, that's how that's supposed to work. Marked by Jupiter. I thought it was going to be along this edge too. Okay, so marked by Jupiter. Hello, kitty cat. Hello, Jupiter. But also, ooh, okay, maybe it's in the catacombs. Get over there, son. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do that, but not stupidly. Okay. Marked by Jupiter. I don't think I'm seeing that here. The strange 21 or 4, if you want to look at it that way. My ice maker is so loud. And for what? What about the other symbol that's by Jupiter, which is the small o dash big O dash small o? I'm not seeing that either. Well, we can't do anything with this, so let's get out of there. Let's see. Marked by Jupiter. This is Jupiter. Nailed it. The mark of Jupiter on my map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing, torn note that doesn't seem to be anything, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice that the bookshelf is mounted on a runner and can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. Oh, the castle vaults are blocked. It can be opened by or gold that produce. Finally, the puzzle's coming together. Oh, we also got this thing. A black gemstone. This is bronze. What a cool thing. It is textured, hard but smooth. Yep. I have nothing to remark. And nothing of note in its internal perception. Cool. It is a amulet, it's the word I'm looking for. But this is the part that intrigues me. For we have the other piece of that right here. The castle vaults are blocked by a diurnic seal. It can be opened by any object made from silver or gold that produces a diurnic field. Amazing. Okay. So we need to find an object, gold or silver, that creates a diurnic field. And then put it on top of, I guess, the castle. Vaults. Where are the vaults? To the vaults. This room. Okay. We know what we gotta do. Please just close. There we go. Okay, so we want one second. Okay. Why, hello, picture of a crook and valid. That's very late. That's very late for you. But I guess, working across the world, it do be like that. I mean, I had a meeting 2 hours ago, but that was more local still. Yep. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Hi, welcome in. How's your day been? Right now, we're trying to solve. So we finally got another piece of paper. Let's review really quick what I've done in the past 10 minutes. We finally got a piece of paper because we solved the clue that happened at the end of the last day, which is this is marked by Jupiter, and it was a room in the castle. And this is the sign for Jupiter. It looks like a 24 or a 4 or a 21 or a 4. Anyways, click this room, solve the puzzle. We got this piece of paper and a new thing to identify That's bronze and stuff. My day's been fine. It was relatively quiet. Half of Taiwan is still gone for another day or so it feels like. I don't know. I don't know. Um, they're out here, I guess. Anyways, um, I don't know what I was thinking. My brain just sort of went many places. There's a lot of little things going on, but most of the conversations are after I'm off the clock because I told them like Mondays I have a hard stop and hard stop 30 minutes earlier or 20 minutes earlier, and it's fine. All this happened afterwards, but I got to take an hour nap. Well, not necessarily what I set out to do, but apparently I needed to sleep, and that was delightful. So I'm more awake, and then I woke up and I was like, I don't know what I want for dinner. I don't want pizza again. There will be pizza again, just not tonight. Because I got pizza the other day, and it's just so much. Why is there a buy one, get one free? Anyways, now that I think about it, it doesn't really feel like there was buy one, get that was so expensive overall. Oh, yeah. Is she Sailor Jupiter? I would have guessed that's what that means. I don't I don't I don't think I really watched any Sailor Moon, like nothing to get the story or who anyone was other than Sailor Moon and the guy with the mask and tuxedo mask. That's his name. It's all in the name. They're very descriptive. Anyways, oh yes, so we got a piece of paper that actually completed this one. The castle vaults are blocked by a diurnic seal, and it can be opened by any object that from silver or gold that produces a diurnic field. In which case, we're going to put these back in here. We're looking for specifically this one. This one. So now we have to figure out what item does that. And I know I separated all this out last week. I have no recollection of what that was. So we're going to start fresh again to this week. Trying to figure out what item was gold and silver. Well, which one actually creates the right field. I think this is bronze. Hey. Yeah. Bronze. I know this one had gold on it. Yes. So maybe this one. No. Gold did create the weirder field. So silver was definitely something we were looking at more. Oh, we have more stuff in here too. I'm going to move this over. Because we opened this cabinet finally last week too. Get up here. Thing we've already figured out. What is this guy? Is this bronze? This is gold. This is bronze. This is wood. What do you do? Not what I need you to. We know this one did something similar, but not quite the same. Not that one. This is gold. This one. You're bronze. You're not it. You're bronze. You are bronze. This is bronze. So much bronze. So many varieties of bronze. They're like not even bronze. It's pewter, it's basic gross, it's bone. Vesiger. Nope, that's stone. Well, this is a lot of gold. What do you do? Okay. Not what I anticipated, but it'll do in a pinch. Let's go to this side. This one, gold. This has more gold. Why? Okay, so this one does the thing that we're talking about. So now we just bring the map up and we open it. And when we close it, I didn't mean to click on that. That's so frustrating because I really just want to close the map. Okay, close. Get out of here, guy. Okay, not that either. What's for dinner? I forgot I was saying what I had for dinner. I got some crackers and some honey, and I put honey on crackers. They're club crackers. It was really good. It's a standard sort of snack when I have them. Hot dogs. Hot diggity dog. Okay, can we put it here? Oh, so I didn't have to do all that. I'm making this harder for myself. Come here. Come here. Okay. The door slides open without a sound. As though it has been kept well oiled over the years. Behind it, I find a large natural cavern that extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles instead of the rows of artifacts that I was picturing. When I show Edmund, he's delighted, and he spends some time examining the dusty shelves. It is not long before he makes a find that I'm surprised I missed. I return to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. By the way, I'm very proud of my title for the stream today because, I keep imagining what would happen if someone kept bringing me weird items and what they might feel like. And this one, I was like, let's play a game. Is it wood or is it flesh? Because we have a hand. It's not wood. It doesn't say it's flesh, but we're assuming it is because it also has a smell. And so I was like, I'm real proud of this. This silly title. Oh, this is fun. This is, bronze, iron. It looks like it could cut someone. That is a bad thing. If it does, injure someone. This is weathered, engraved, sharp edges. Nothing to remark. And nothing to remark. It's a cool item. That's all they said. This says, the bishop square is a simple tool of my great-great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on Briar's disc. Why am I hearing about Briar's disc from something Briar's, something like that, independently of this game? I heard about something like this recently, and I'm just so confused by what this is. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zia. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. So I guess this means we're going back to the castle for more things. I guess this means this is also solved, which we can now put this away. This is solved. There we go. Go back up there. Okay. And then this one is 3 resident objects, lightest first, heaviest last. I think we already did that. I don't know what that actually applies to anymore. And we still have to get / acquire a wandering shroud so we can go deeper into the catacombs. Okay, so then let's bring Moonstone Guardian back up. It was a good move there. Okay. Anything else we can do? Is there anything else we can do with this? Because it feels like if we just click on a random room, I guess if we... Oh, I need to not do that too many times. We'll come back to that. It'll be fine. Let's get a customer. We got to make it through the day. James Herschel. I can't say too much, but it has fallen to me to carry a secret that people would have killed for, that people have killed for. It's a lot of weight to carry around in my head, and it's getting harder to bear around certain family members. It's occurred to me that it would be safer in an ecumenical. You just made up that word and expect me to know what that is. It's what they always do. It's a receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it begins to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence pulling at the threads of one's mind. There is an item we have that gives everyone the heebie-jeebies. What item was that? Was it this? Nothing to remark. No, there was... No, that makes noise. There's an unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. Maybe it's that. It looks like a receptacle. It's a box. There's some... It's not an indefinite thing, so there's a hourglass on there. Nailed it. Ecumenical. 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 There we go. I meant more. Okay. Cool. Love that. Shadow anchor. A shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside of the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Oh, okay. Real quick, hear me out. What is the individual branch? Hold up. I know I went the wrong way on that. It would be Mintic or Wixic. Which I guess if we want to see what those look like, then we just, have to go to the table. Get out of here, guy. All right, so we want to see this. So we want to move this up here. We want to move... I don't have to guess. The book is right here. And it's page 1. Okay. Middle. And we move the small circle all the way down. So it has to make something like that. Or we'll bring the small circle to the top of the middle circle, or the bigger circle to the line. Okay. There, and then up to the top. Squigglies. So we have seen stuff in this one. We have seen stuff like that before, so that's a good thing to remember. What that was, great question. Could not tell you. I have no such thing as a good memory. May have been like this one, but not sure. Let's see. No, that creates a swirly. I think I tried... It was something over here. Oh, that does the 3-1. Was it you? No. Shimmer? No. Actually, I think everything over here does what I don't want it to do. It's so weird that we haven't gotten this one yet. That's just insane, honestly. Let's move the hand up. Okay. Let us continue with the day. We'll figure it out when it is required. It's getting dire out there. They found the body of the priest last night. She was torn to shreds by her own congregation and left to rot outside the town hall. Well, don't go into a cult, I guess. Such horrific violence. It has no place in our town. Thanks, Guy. Excuse me. All right. In answer to your question, yes, it is possible to capture a wandering shroud. To the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. It is not uncommon to see wandering shroud there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. Finally know how to do this. Okay. Come down. Okay. We need the town. Undermere. Okay. We follow the stream. To the north of town, you'll follow a little stream up through the woods. You'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly some ancient significance. Okay. Before we do that, should I go ahead and just drag this right on down over here with me? We're going to need it. Okay. This... It's not like there's... like, topographical sort of thing, so I know if we've reached a hill or not. But this seems interesting and significant. After a pleasant walk along the beck... They use words I just don't know at this point. I don't know what a beck is. I reach a series of grassy mounds. The barrows, whoever was buried in them must have been important in their time. If I am to collect what I have come for, I will need to prepare. I should have just kept it up there. I didn't realize we were going to do this activity. Yes. Catch a wandering shroud. Yay! I sit and wait quietly and patiently, not certain exactly for what I'm looking for. For some time, nothing happens. And then, long after my mind has drifted towards a warm fire and a hearty supper, I notice a movement in the corner of my eye. A strange thin mist is formed near one of the barrows. It seems to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature, for surely this is a creature of some kind, ambles towards the vault that I have left out for this purpose, and I daren't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within the receptacle. It's just like, I'm just gonna scoot right on in here. It seems nice and cozy in there. Weird smell, but it'll be fine. And crawls in. They're like, ooh, this is nice, and make themselves at home. No real active thing that you have to do other than just sit there and wait. That's crazy. Love that. All right, we got it. Amazing, incredible. Hold up. Okay, I'm going to keep this over here because this is... I don't think we fully solved this one with the weights yet. Or the resonance, I guess. Hold on, what did that say? Yeah, 3 resonant objects. We have not fully solved that one yet. But this was not part of the group. I know that for sure. Oh, these are the three objects in this order. Oh, yeah, this puzzle. I don't understand it yet. I don't know what this is. These things can be pressed and unpressed. Something about the moon, which... Hello, cat. I pet Jupiter 30 times. I got a whole achievement for it. Okay. So the stars around it don't change. So that's nice to know. This is inverse of this. But I don't know what to do with this still. This is... I just don't know what to do with this yet. But that's why those exist over there. I was like, why do we have this moon thing or these still there? So that's fine. We have since solved this. All right, we got the shroud. You can go back up. According to the... Okay, so now we can go into the Hall of Shields because we do have this. So let's... I didn't know I could just move the whole map like that. That's a little bit disconcerting. Okay, go to the other thing. Okay, now we can go into the Hall of Shields. I don't know if I need to carry this with me. Hey, that's not what I wanted, but you know, good try. Good at just me struggling out here. Okay, so now we can use this. There we go. We've been stuck behind this. That's a great question, and I thought about that, but I don't know. But if the moon... We'll come back to that puzzle. We'll come back. Okay, I breathe deeply from the spirit vault and it clears my mind. I don't care to linger too long down here, but I forge on until I reach the unmistakable Hall of Shields. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the center of the cavern. I hold the torch close to better see the inscription on the side of the tomb. It reads, "The sun's light will reveal my gift." Mystified, I cast my eye up on the walls of the cavern and search the shields for some other clue, but nothing stands out. So we need something that poses as the sun. I mean, it's called a sun bond. The sun bond banishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes, and brings summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields is particularly... let's read that as a sentence and not just words that I think I'm reading. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields is particular in glowing in the bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it. Inside it is a blood red urn. What's this? Well, it's red clay, small green gemstones, raised detailing, warm and smooth. Cool. Have nothing to remark on the smell and the inner perception of it. If I find it unsettling, the eyes seem to pierce my soul. Okay. Have fun with that, I guess. I have yet to solve that. Okay. That makes such a delightful noise, but also painful to the ear holes. Um, okay, just a few more items. So we solved that one. Then we have a different one that is. Okay. Once again, I wish the controls were minorly flipped. Okay, my bad. That's on me. I shouldn't have clicked that one. That was a mistake. Was it this one? There was another one that we had. You know what? I can always look. Oh, so we've already done this one. Let's go ahead and just... Put this away. We're done with this, so that's great. What is this? Okay. The Bishop Square is a simple tool. Okay, so the Bishop Square, is that in here? No, it's not. Bishop Square. Code? Is that an option? No, code. Secret? Maybe it's under secret. We don't have an entry for this item, but I think we received it earlier. Okay. And then we have this thing still. We got to figure out the moon puzzle. This I think has more to do with the castle. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. Which, valid. I received a weird item and I'm not even a pro at this. Not like the guy whose shop I'm watching over. Mars in winter, summer and rising in summer. Sure. Okay. I need to stop doing that. All right, we'll figure this out. It's not a now issue, I don't think. All right. Anything else we can do? No, let's go on with the next one. Wait, what is the time doing? What is the time doing? He's over here giving a review of... He wants to get a truth conduit so he can deceive them into thinking he doesn't know anything at all. Okay. So instead of just storing the secret elsewhere, he wants to just be like, I don't know what you're talking about, if you're talking about the secret. But also, what is going on with the time? We're going to revisit the moon one after we finish with this guy. A truth conduit. Okay. Truth conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. This gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. So my guess is this one, because this one makes a tingling sound. It is a gentle sound. That is the symbol of deception. Should look deeper into it. All right, abrasive mether. Okay. This type of mether is used to purge unwanted memories, as with any procedure that can alter the mind. It should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies designed to be easily passed from person to person. Okay. Goodbye. All right. Let's get on. Let's go. It's too far away. Okay, what the clock do? This and this. It shows it's the right phase of the moon. What if this is a mirror? What is happening if I flip it around? Okay. Now it's just a little bit different. Okay. But it probably needs to be here, in which case that's different too. Okay, so let's go here, here, and here. Finally, we open the vault. Amazing. Finally solved that. Let's see what this is. This is definitely something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it though. It's stealing your soul slowly, I think. This part is painted black. This is gold. Okay. It feels unusual. Not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. What a weird, peculiar thing. This is like the whole namesake. This is the item that's part of the logo of the game. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. Okay, this is scary. Okay. All right, get out of here, guy. For now. We'll put you over here. You're particularly strange. Okay. Great. That's great. Also, we solved this, so this can go in the folder. Okay. What is this? Bishop Square is a simple tool used by my great-great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on a Breyer's disc. I don't know what that is. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zaya. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. And this has got to be that square. I just don't know what to do with this. It's so strange. Here's something that could work. Let's open this. Any of these symbols. any of these symbols. Autumn, spring, summer, winter. Okay. Autumn looks like the bowl of rice. Spring is a new leaf. Summer is the blazing sun. And winter is the snowflake. Okay, so Mars in winter. Mars in winter. Hold up. We'll get Mars real quick. That's the symbol for what? Man? Mars in winter. Mars in winter. Rising in summer. Okay, we didn't do something right on that, but I think we're on the right track. Mars in winter. That is in fall. Rising in summer. What do you mean? What does he mean by rising? Rising in summer. Summer's here. Oh. The smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares, while following the clues left to me by a mad old man. What am I thinking? What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here. And yet, on the exact spot where the map leads me, there is something, a floorboard that has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around in the cavity below before my fingers grasp something hard. Is it wood or is it flesh? Look at that. We did it. We did it again. Use the bishop square. Lovely. This is stone. A black substance, perhaps soot. Hard and cool to the touch. A chalky black residue that coats my fingertips. Still giving soot. I have nothing to remark. Not even a smell, and the inner perceptions are nothing to remark. This doesn't have any outward feelings. It probably has to be activated somehow. All right. Let's move you over here, because you're now just being crowded out. Okay. So we have solved... That may not be the only one, because this is not a full check. What else do we learn with this? Mars in the winter. Rising in summer. So that put us there. That's how I got to the kitchen. I don't think I have another clue to work with this yet, but we're not done with this. Or maybe that was just one of them. Noting their locations in the code, only he understood. I don't know what to do with this now, because this isn't over. Maybe we'll get something in the future. I don't know. And we also unlock the vaults too. So let's continue with customers. All right. Ring a ding ding, Evelyn Bennett. I've never felt more tired or devoid of life. An apathy has settled in my bones, but I do not seem to be able to shift. But while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. What? You need energy? What are you? I don't know. What? Do we think this is a curse? This could be a curse. It's not those first two. Breath of Lyra. That's a curse. Yeah, the Breath of Lyra. Hey, don't do that. Breath of Lyra. While those affected appear to be able to breathe normally, they feel as though they're choking. More tired, but I don't know if that's really what this is saying. Oh no, I just realized Shmi might lose his like 15 stream streak, which would be sad. It's not about maybe it's got to be the Breath of Lyra. Then let's open this, which will take us. We'll look at breath, breathe. Hey, don't do that. I don't know what to look up for this. Is it this? It protects against insanity. You know what? You're not useful, guy. Just want to throw that out there. That's not useful at all. We need something that helps with breathing. Or maybe it's a mind thing. No, not that. What do we mean by horn shackle? No, not that. We're not getting a lot of help on this. Yep, exactly. That's what I said. I'm sort of quick scanning to see if it mentions anything about the Breath of Lyra, because that could be useful. I don't know. This one's tough. I accidentally clicked this one a little bit too quick. Let's see. Maybe it's in the mether. I guess it does depend on the type of mether. that water's good today. Silent breath? No, that's not what we're looking for. Maybe not that. What is happening? We got the spirit vault. Okay. Nothing to remark on any of this. It's just a bunch of symbols. So maybe there's something about symbols that I need to know. Maybe something with life on it? Or strength, or... Apathy. Is that something I should be concerned about? Is apathy? Apathy's not in the index. That's not what we don't need to worry about breathing underwater. It's not that either. Blincathra. No. That's not what we're looking for either. This is a particularly rough one. Is it Vestiger? No. Oh, wait. I was looking at the wrong thing. No, not that. Oh, Grace is an actual thing. One is a pendant to dispel melancholy. They share the design of a shadow catcher, but I've already discovered this. Okay, Gray's Grace. By the grace of Gray. That's fun. Okay, let's find this item that we've already figured out. Over here doing too much when all I had to do was just look with my eyeballs. It's over here. There we go. Found it. Okay. Goodbye. Next. Barton Potter. I had a tip off about something exciting. Have you come across the so called nameless gods? No. Did you also know that the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways of a kind? It wouldn't be. That's pretty standard. And here's the exciting part: an inscription has appeared on the stone that sits atop Weatherlem. This is where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the doorway. The other option is a Babelia to read the inscription. But they say if you read the language of the nameless gods, you become cursed, which I can't say I like the sound of. I'm leaning towards the more direct approach, but then again, that could be dangerous too. You're playing with stuff you don't know much about, sir. So what is a pit? Let us see what is a pit. But at least we figured out the last one, which wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. A pit. 3 different elements that make up a pit allegedly represents the earth, sun, and death, or darkness, the daedric, the diurnic, and the noctic. These energies balance in such a way that objects do not produce a recognizable atomic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. Okay, so we do know we have a couple of items like that. I think it's on this row where those exist. But let's put this away for now. And then let's open this. Let's go to this one. We don't need the one with the stuff. I want to be able to see what's creating a field. You create a field. You create the same field. You create wavy field. You create a triple field. You create the double one. Triple. Wavy. What do you do? Triple, okay. Nice to know. Let's also move you over here. You have been figured out. There we go. I think the hand didn't actually create one. No, create a wavy. Just kidding. Retested this one. Yes, that does the triple. This does the wavy. This does the triple. This does whatever that is. That does a triple. I'm gonna squeeze right on in there. That does the flower shape. That's wavy. Okay. Trying to organize this is useless. I'm going to stop trying to do that, and I'll just try and figure out where I put things. Maybe. This one. Oh, that one has a field. Okay. Was it this one that didn't? Yeah, this one didn't have one. But also, let's see what a Babelia is. Three different elements that... Okay, it needs to be 3 different elements, though. Let's put you down and actually look at you. There's gold, clay, and bone. Okay. And then Babelia The meaning of the unusual markings on Babelia is not clear. They resemble a mintic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a mintic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign text, although they require some skill to make full use of. To make hold up. Although they require some skill to make full use of, this ability does not transfer to spoken language. Got it. Resemble a mintic field, but does not produce a mintic field. And what does a mintic field look like? Well, I'll tell you right now. Mintic field looks like this. I don't know. It looks like a mintic field. Hold up. Let's go back over here. That's a mintic field. Let me make sure that is correct. I just said that with so much confidence. Big circle at the top, little circle at the bottom. Yeah, that's a mintic field. It doesn't create this, but it looks like that. In which case, this Babelia. Got it. Good luck, guy. I'm glad we figured that out. That we've been hanging on to this one. Here, take a token of my appreciation for something for you to ponder on. Thanks. Why do you have this? Guy, what in the world are you carrying around? This is yellow sandstone. Crumbly. Engraved detailing. Nothing to remark on the smell, and it doesn't have a feeling about it initially. Cool. Okay, anything we need to look at today? Okay, I think we're good for now. Let's continue. With dreams of earning, his fortune long vanished from his mind. The man brought the casket to a trusted friend, the curator of a museum in Undermere. Together they looked for answers. It's a sword with thorns about it. I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. You're buried with the Knight of Thorns. Okay. The catacombs. You're buried with the Knight of Thorns. Sometimes I just hope that I understand what they're talking about and I can see it. But that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. Knight of Thorns. Ah, nailed it. The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides along an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Sutherfell. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I'm able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and do not look back until I am out in the bright of the day once more. All right. Cool item. Okay. It's stone and gold. These symbols are fascinating. Hold up. It is rough and pitted. It's engraved detailing, and the gold is smooth. Nothing to smell about or sound about. And a feeling of disquiet lances through my body. Great, it makes you feel bad. And these are the symbols for the elements. So we have earth, air, fire, and water. Those are the symbols on this little guy. All right. Looks like a decidedly complicated button in it for an elevator. All right. Thomas Pope. I've noticed that some people claim to not fear death. Did you want them to fear death? They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Hello, Tiny Pants. Welcome in. Oh, you've been subscribed for 6 months? That's amazing. How are you doing today? I'm just solving more of these puzzles. Feels a little bit slow going today, though. I've noticed that some people claim not to fear death. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Not me, not the great Thomas Pope. Give me pain, give me fear. If I can feel, then I know I'm alive. Going back to the nothingness is what I fear. I'm going to do my best to live forever, starting today with a loam. Bro is so extra. Oh no. Why panic though? Are you almost done with it? Are you done with it? What's going on? Or maybe it's just not done yet? Oh. That it feels stressful, honestly. Hand of Jupiter or a palm or a fire palm and loam is an item with enticing power. It can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up, and when it does, it often hits harder. Is it this? Is this a loam? No, it's not. I was wrong. Really, every Catholic school in Southeast Texas really said, "Can you redesign our logo?" Why? You know what? You could all. Oh, I enjoy branding a lot. It's interesting, but I'm not an artist, so not really. I like doing art things. I'm art adjacent, but there's no consistency at all. Wow, that's amazing though. Do you get paid well for it? Because I think that would be a different ball game if I wasn't getting paid decently for it. Excuse me. A rogue yawn out of nowhere. Fire palm. It's cold. It's polished. Weathered. Raised detailing. That doesn't give aging to me. Well, maybe there's something about time, age, or something. Nope, that wasn't useful. Oh, no worries. think you might be the only one here. I only see two viewers, and one is always me watching. Yes, you do the logo. I know it sucks, but you'll be great. Oh, but it's going to Bruce Arts first. Boo! I hate that. Yeah, I think if you type on one into chat, then that counts as a viewer, and then wherever you're watching on is a viewer, and then there's just me that's viewing too. Oh well, okay, well, all right. No complaining about the price of this, even though it kind of sucks because you don't want to do it. Um, it'll be fine. It'll be over sooner than later. Wednesday is only 2 days away. Oh, awesome. Actually, I wanted to keep this here. Actually, I want to keep this down here. We have solved this already, so I don't think we need to keep these down here anymore. But I will keep them in the same order in case we need to go back to it. I forget we do have like just areas down here where we could move stuff, which could be useful. Because I'm running out of space up top in viewable distance. This one really stacks it up over here. Why? Why are you doing that? That's weird. That's weird activity. I don't like that. You really said, let's scrunch up together. We want to be real close. I was like, I'll put 5 things down. What is happening? Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this on down. Bring this. We'll keep it here. Quit trying to organize this. You don't remember what you're doing anyways. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I doubt it, the first try would. I mean, it would be lovely if the first draft was what they were like, this is perfect, let's go with it. But it's rarely that easy, as you know. We're looking for a loam. We're looking for something that, what does it do again? It's fire palm. A loam is an item with enticing power, anti-aging. What do we think about this? It chills my blood to hold it. Why? Crisscross screws. I don't think this is a loam. No. You're looking for something else. You're not looking for the hands. Maybe it's in the gemstones. We're looking for something. Well, amber does sun things, warmth, fire. Fire. Okay, it's not that. Maybe we'll get to play the dice game today. That'll be nice. That'll be different. This is... There's nothing to remark about this. I would have thought there was something to do with the stone, but it's not that, is it? Oh, it's the other hand item. Made of tin. Oh, it's associated with Jupiter. That doesn't actually help. Ah, the symbol for fire. I should have known. That is the symbol for fire. I should have known. A Cassandra. The eyes of a Cassandra focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mythic field, as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious selenic. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the paths shown to them, and have led to ruin. Okay. I'm going to take this out. I bring this forth. Can I do something with this? It feels like I should be able to find words in here, and it would give me a different clue. I don't know. I don't know how to feel if we have the stuff for that yet, or again. Next person, I guess. Hello, Agnes Dent. There's been an unexpected death in the family. It has hit us hard. It has hit all of us quite hard, but particularly my husband. I would like a gift to gift him a heart chamber. That feels pretty aggressive. Like, okay. Let's see what a heart chamber is. This is a vast skull in the catacombs. There's a vast skull in the catacombs that's said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul, along with its powers, in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way of keeping those dear to us close to heart after death. Okay. That doesn't actually help us? Oh, we can get one wrong before we're now in dice game territory. It's probably this, now that I think about it. Because let's take a look at this. You do this, you can actually open it, and it gives, I don't know what that means. Let's see what that means. Upside down moon or low crescent moon with teardrops. Blessings. So maybe this is that. It also has the Holgarth something other. It's also a casket. So maybe this is it. It is. Heart chamber appears in the sketch of Holgar. It bears a sigil that resembles the Holgan Grim Mask. Yes. Yes. Bridget Charm. Hey, don't do that. Bridge Hick Charm. Okay. A powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, and wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, the Wiccan triple goddess. Okay. Cool. Could be that. Or I guess this. anyways, let us continue. Hello, Edmund Bishop. Did you ever work out what that Bishop Square thingy was? I suddenly remember this note that I found some time ago, and it occurred to me that it might be related. I almost threw it away, but it intrigued me, so I held on to it. I haven't a clue what it means. Blessings in spring, autumn, rising in autumn. Okay. We got more to it. This is exciting. I like this puzzle. Yes. Okay. Blessings in spring. Blessings being this symbol. Rising in autumn. Autumn is this symbol. The symbols on the map lead me up the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I am soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing collection. Okay. Looks like a dude on a one wheel. Alright, tell me about this thing. It is bronze, wood, oak if I'm not mistaken. More bronze. Okay. It is weathered, an engraved symbol. It spins freely. Cool. Nothing to remark about the scent or the sound of it. And the inner perception is nothing. There's nothing outwardly weird. Okay, let's go ahead and put this over here. There we go. Next. Thaddeus White. Something isn't right at the museum. I'm worried it's all my fault. I'd hope my brother would be back by now. I've had an idea though. I'm no thaumaturge, but I think we can weaken it using a witherance. Oh dear me, this had better work. A witherance. Pray tell, what is that? A witherance. Once again, y'all just walking here saying words, thinking I'm going to know what it is. It's the inverse of a fortunate, and something sometimes put to more malicious use. It can be crafted from stone like fortunates, but wood is more commonly used. It's more wood than anything else, probably. Also, let's go ahead and put this back over here. And it's wood. I notice myself becoming drained of energy as I handle this object. This is all wood, oak. It doesn't say specifically which one. So maybe... Yes, nailed it. A fortunate is used for strength, and I could have looked up the symbol, I just didn't care. Alright. I should have done more. Folium. A blade is drawn across the face of a folium 6 times during the ritual of the Hand of Prior. Dreher huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform this ritual before seeking out the basilisk as a folium blade is the only known way to pierce its thick armor. Okay. Cool. We'll put you over there. We'll just bring you right in here. There we go. All right. Jacob Priestley. You look like a... My mind is severed. Need mether. Which mether, though? Abrasive, restful, or solemn. This type of meter is used to purge unwanted memories as a procedure that can alter the mind. Not that one. Let's go with a different one. One that's not going to already mess up something that's already messing up someone else. Restful meter. Clarity of thought. Might not be what we're looking for. And then there's solemn meter. Of the three types of meter, solemn is widely considered the... Oh, it repairs that which has been broken. Okay. Solemn meter. We have not identified that yet. It is a drink. And it creates a what field? Stronger thalamic field than the rest, than the other. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. Hey, this has been completed. Of course it is. I like that puzzle, though. It's a good puzzle. This one... That's pretty strong. I don't know how you tell the... This... So it is this one that it's pointing at mostly. But that's not a drink. This is wood. Gold paint. That's pretty strong. That one feels weak. This one feels like it is brighter. The lines are solid. Fantastic. I didn't read that. I should have done that. Okay, Wixic cord. Despite the name, these simple-looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. They cause a freezing effect in the body, earning them the nickname Medusa Stones. Fortunately, the effect is not permanent. All right. That's amazing. All right, Francesca Robertson. I've discovered something via the thalamic needle. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by some invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it is right here in Undermere. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Yambra. When I was under its spell, I heard whispers. Something was calling to me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. This must be what's keeping my patients in their trance-like state. I've never used a Gaudian siren before, but it occurred to me that I might be able to use it to drown out the whispers. Okay. I've seen those words before. Let's see what we're dealing with. Although these are similar to the form of thalamic needles, Gaudian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion like siren call that can be used to divert attention. Okay. This one, they're drawn to it, can't take their eyes away from it. Nailed it. Yes, it does appear in the sketch. Yes. I don't think I remembered that the thalamic needle was an obelisk shape, but that makes sense too. And it demands attention. It's attention demanding. So that's good. Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the years, allowing a glimpse into the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it works passably on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. Cool. It's the end of the day. All right, we finished day 14. The curator learned that Nayland Casket is a dark article, a class reserved for the most cursed and the most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artifacts that are best kept from public eyes. Okay. All right, we have a hatchet. I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. You just said something crazy right then. Okay, under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Are we talking about at the castle? Let's start at the castle. Might not be what we need. The axe meets the tree. Might not be here. Might be in town. Where the near the barn. Let's see. Where's the barn? Barn. I mean, the only place I would think there's a barn would be at a farm. 30. This is a farm here. Then there's Greywick Farm, which is up here. Okay, it's not there. Let's keep working. Where the axe meets the tree. And I thought if I could get rid of the stuff on the bottom, I'd be able to see it, but I'm not seeing that either. I'm not seeing anything here. It's not here. Okay. That's on me. Let's close this up. And let's go to Undermere. The axe meets the tree. The axe meets the tree. 30 is where this farm is. What a nice guy, but that's not what we're looking for. What do you mean where the axe meets the tree? Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Maybe let's just see. I don't think it's going to do with the catacombs. There's nothing that says there's a tree in the first place down here, let alone an axe. Or a barn, for that matter. So it's got to then. Sorry, there we go. Then it's got to be over here in the Gleaston Castle. But we don't have a barn here. And I think we're only solving things with this square here, so this Bishop Square. Then that just takes us back to the city. Or is there something that looks like an axe out here meets the tree? Is there something that looks like an axe next to a forest? No. I want you here and open. I just don't want the stuff in the way. Okay. This kind of looks like an axe, but it's a barn. Okay, let's go back to the barn. It's buried under the barn. Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. If this is a farm, what else has barns? So this is a farm right here. Why? Why do you continue to be in the way, thing? That's very annoying. I want you to go away. The axe meets the tree. Could it be these down here? Yes, you are. Oh, I got in trouble. Meh. This one's a tough one. I am under the barn where the axe meets the tree. The axe meets the tree. I feel like this isn't that hard, but I'm over here just out here struggling. Alright, I keep getting in trouble. I guess we'll move on until we get something different that allows us to solve this one. Alright, Simone Green. Good morning. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I know Jupiter's so cute. Hello, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Hearing about the poor lady who drowned frightened me, but she'll turn up. She always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time, I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of strange antiquities. Okay. From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. From celestial, a stone of the earth. And from the diurnal, a stone of death. So that now means three things that are going to these pressure plates. And that's going to open up something else that I just don't know. So let's find out what that is. From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. So it's got to be a Mintic or Wixic. Okay, let's close this. Let's put these away because now we need to get to the thing down here again. Okay. So we know that this one, and then this one goes down to the bottom. This is Wixic. No, Mintic. This is Mintic. This is the Mintic field, if we're going to look at one. This is the one that looks like flowers or something like that. And then the other one is squigglies. So what we're looking for are flower and squiggly. And these are stones? Are they talking like gemstones or just... Hold on. What is the clue? Come here. Come here and be with me. A stone for dark purposes, a stone of the earth, and a stone of death. Okay. Dark purposes. That's not the book I want. Okay. Hey. Alright. For dark purposes. Okay, we need a bloodstone. We need a jade. And we need... this weird Vivianite. A stone of death and decay. So... I said all that, and then I'm like, I don't know what that first one was anymore. So we know jade is the easy one. We need the bloodstone. Okay. Is this not bloodstone? One ringy dingy. Jade. Do we have anything jade here? It's a green gemstone. Could be jade. Unsure. What do we have of this? It's a green marble. Slow down. But I don't think we have anything that's the two-tone blue-green stone that symbolizes death. Yeah, I don't think we've actually collected anything with that particular stone at this point. It feels like it'd be real obvious. Yeah, no, we haven't. We really haven't. I guess we just have to wait till we come across it again, or come across it in general. Because I noted that we hadn't had anything like that before. I was like, I haven't seen that stone before. We've had all the others, though. Okay. Next. Hello, Jacob Priestley. Thank you for the meter. I have seen into the yawning deep. I have seen beauty beyond the comprehending mind. The price is steep, but I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor broken. Must replace. Okay, what's this? A shadow anchor. I know we got the thing for it earlier, so. A shadow anchor is something used to practice casting, practice shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of the symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Once again, the individual branch being mintic, the flower, or the squiggly. So, is there a symbol for shadow in here? That might be useful too. Not on this page. You really think that shadow would be a symbol, but it is not. Not it here, at least. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. Okay, it could be either a totem or something that they can hold. Cool. Hot, cold. What are the gemstones? Water. Earth and nature, peace and safety. We're looking for something shadowy. Malachite, stone of sight. Maybe onyx. Well, no, that's already something that's been identified. Though this one might be useful. Guess what? It wasn't that. It wasn't that. Limestone. Nothing to remark. Nothing engraved, roughed and pitted. Okay. Symbology. This is just like elemental symbols. What are we looking at with this? That's very water-based. Not even water-based. This is blue. Why are you blue? I'm still about onyx. Really? Did I not see a blue gemstone? Oh, there it is. Anchor between mind and body. Blue Dabadi, indeed. It chills my blood to hold it. I don't know what that means. Nothing to remark. Gold, stone, pitted, breeze detailing. No smell or sound from it. Let's go back into the symbols. Maybe I'm missing something. So there's truth. That kind of looks like truth, but it also is broken up into an X and a diamond. Um, you're looking for your shadow anchor. Okay, let's read that again. Shadow anchor, use to project. Thought anchor might have been lost. Okay. Could be a pendant, clutch of totem, use a symbology, others use gemstones. Okay. I think the biggest thing we have is that we can find out what makes a branch do squiggly lines like this. In which case, these symbols are wild. We're going to also put this to the side. We're not working on this at the moment. We don't have the last piece of that puzzle. So we need... Let's see what these symbols are. We got a right side up triangle, fire. We have whatever that thing is. It's this with 3 lines. Oh wait, that's strength. This is strength. So not what we're looking for. I don't think. I don't know. Let's continue to look for that symbol with the 2 lines on confusion. I think that's what that is, but I can't tell. Well, I can tell. I just don't know if that's a thing. It's like cold but upside down, which might just be hot, or it's ice. It's ice. Okay, so what do we mean by this? So the first symbol is fire, ice. The last one is fire, ice, and paralysis. That sounds terrifying. Get this out of here. I don't have time for that negativity. And then let's see. We know those are the other elements. This, you're fascinating, whatever you are. I knew it. The kyanite gemstones point to the fact that this item anchors the mind. It produces Mythic Field. I didn't check that. Was going to, but I was like, it's got to be this thing. Cool. Nephrogaunt. These are worn by the necromancers of the 5 Knolls who use them in the rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them even after death, the necroquant would crumble to dust. Today, their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, they will cause Braxis if held against bare skin for too long periods. Okay. Hello. Hello, Jupiter. You have pretty eyes. All right, Dave Schaefer, we got the mailman, postman. I'm afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly and ended up going a round trip to Kendall and back. No worries. Better late than never. Depends. Could be awful. Could be the worst. I have spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to her hidden stash, or so the story goes. How's your logo going, by the way? I followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned chilling bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels, but it seems her markings have been worn away by time after that. I pass on this story to you to hope that you can succeed where I fell. Cool. Ossuary, okay. A chilling bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels. Okay, we can do that. That's easy enough. We've been there before. We're going to the catacombs. Let's go. Okay. I was too quick on that. That's on me. I should have really just said, let's look at it for a second. Okay, so she left markings? Is this how we got in from here? That would be crazy. Okay, so we have this, but then we also have this. I'm able to follow Marwin's trail for a while, but the carved markings are faded away and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time, how? It's underground. Either way. By the time I reach the ossuary, I can no longer make them all out. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Carrick's candle. Well, this is one because it has the word wax on it and fire. This means candle. Nailed it. Yep. All right, let's continue on. Stalagmites retreat under the light of the candle as I hold it aloft and search the shifting rock walls for any signs of Marwin's trail. Suddenly, I see it. An elm stretched into the rock as clear as if it'd been carved yesterday. I follow the trail in an excited hurry, tripping and stumbling as the candle distorts the height of the floor, until I come to its end at a small boulder. Rolling the rock to one side, I reach behind it and reclaim Marwin's lost treasure. Put it back. Alright, this is made out of tin. Somewhat cool. Nothing to remark about the scent and sound. And it gives her goosebumps. Cool. Even the thing shows its goosebumps. We have identified the candle. I would like to move this down into visible range. So many things still yet to identify. It's honestly kind of insane how much is still left to identify. I'm going to start putting things on these lower shelves. Because why not? Okay. I was just trying to see if I had anything else for Ceranos, because I know I would put it down with the other Ceranos item. Okay. Let us continue. I understand that it's past 10 o'clock, and I will finish, but I want to finish the day. I really thought we would move faster like we did last week. That would have been great, but you know what? That's okay. I'm enjoying this game still. Get in front of the thing there. Okay. Barton Potter. Things didn't go well for this guy, I'm guessing. Terrible, honestly, probably. Just the worst. We need something that can allow us to understand him or to unmuffle his speech. I'm not sure which. I'm trying to figure out what we gave him that would cause this activity of his mouth being unable to move. Um, maybe it is. Because it just seems like he can't move his mouth. I don't know what else to call this. Um, it also seems like he's cursed. So maybe we need to look in the Book of Curses to see if there's one that just keeps you from speaking. Um, Torment's paralysis. Okay. He has that going on for him. Torment's bane. Okay, that's what we need to do. It's rolled along the tongue to cure, or worn as a neck to protect against the curse. It emits a diurnal field pattern. Cool. All right, let's close this right on up. Get on out of here because we gotta find one of these diurnal things. Which, that's the diurnal one. Okay, just want to make sure. It's rolled across the tongue. This has a spinny part. This also has the symbol for... Hang on. It looks like the opposite of paralysis. If this is paralysis, then if you invert these, then that would be the opposite. So that's what I'm going to guess this is. I was correct. Moving part that can roll does the tongue and is worn around the neck. I nailed this one. All 3 points. Thank you. I don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlam. Everything went dark after reading the inscription on the tall stone, but somehow I knew if I made it to Strange Antiquities, I would be okay. That's a lot of pressure on me, bruh. Don't do that. Through the darkness, I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Nalian Casket. If we give it to them, they promise to free those it has infected. I don't think we have a choice. At least we can be certain of one thing. If they have a casket, they will not be allowed to open it. All they desire, all they value is power, and opening the casket would release all of its contained power. I don't like that. I don't like that at one bit. I don't like that. Okay, so then it doesn't recognize that I've actually... Oh, now it does. Okay, great. Cool. Oh, I wanted to get in here because I wanted to see if Nalian Casket is a thing that's in here to look up. It is not, but I did read that elsewhere. Alright, let us continue. Verona Green. The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quieted. Help me to calm this clamoring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Okay, so let's see what Abrasive Mether does again. because I don't want to award this behavior. This will purge unwanted memories. That's not what I... Okay, and then there's Zephyrum. And that is... those resident objects that give off a faint odor that will be familiar. These resident objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm of ozone of power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into the most powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Okay, so what we're looking for is a resonant object. We have our resonance compass. This is the maelstrom one. Hey, get down here. This is it. That is a storm. I was wrong, but it's resonant. It's a resonant one for sure. This one is too. These are all three resonant. This is resonant too, as we know. Okay, let's continue to look at things that we haven't identified yet. Interesting. And also, I do wonder if we need to solve these other things to have more options to choose from. At the barn where the axe meets the tree, I don't even know where to begin with that at this point. It's got to be... Where the axe meets the tree. That doesn't mean anything. I can only imagine that it is a building that's mildly axe shaped next to like this one. We might have a dice roll. We haven't had one all stream, and that's crazy. Let's go back and look. I feel like we need to find one of these objects, like this one. Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Okay, we're still not in dice roll territory. That's delightful. Mildly stressful because this person is scaring me. And I say scaring me in the sense of I know this is a turning point in this game. I don't want to screw it up. Heathwood, Lockhouse. maybe I'm still not looking at the right thing. I'm truly baffled by this. Because it's not like there's a barn here. There's obviously a master bedroom, a library, a grand hall, things like that. But there's no barn here, nor anything that leads to an axe. There's some trees along the bottom. What else do we have? Oh, this. A stone of death. A stone of death. A stone of death. Peace and safety. Yeah, this is the only death one, and we don't have a blue-green stone like that, unless I've been looking at it all wrong. This is like a water hand. I really just haven't seen anything that matches up to that description. Not even those. But maybe it is? Wrong. It's wrong, that's what it is. And she wants abrasive mether or zephyrum. And I'm looking for a zephyrum, but I don't have that yet. This is Bishop Square. This is all uncompleted stuff. This has been completed, so we can go ahead and put that in the done with that folder. And this is just instructions, essentially, from what I can tell. These are clues that need to be solved. Wait, hold up. This is the one I was wanting. Okay. Okay, how do we figure out barn? What are we missing about barn? I don't think there's a symbol for barn. That'd be crazy if there was. I just want to finish up this day, but this day is taking a turn for the worst. Absolute worst. Okay. Okay, we didn't get penalized for checking out these places. That's a plus. Woodcutter's Lane? Okay, so then that means where the axe meets the... Is that... Finally! To the side of the house sits a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There is no sign of an owner, so I search carefully, not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Suddenly I spy a flash of blue. A bottle. This is it. Oh, okay. Cool. Exactly what I wanted. It starts giving off a scent of of a brewing storm. I want the maelstrom. Yes. Okay, this is a Chris. For the ritual of the broken path, a gris, is heated slowly over flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Sounds a little bit tortury. Not a huge fan of that, but hey, we finished up another day. Things are getting weirder around here. I don't know if I appreciate that. Okay. Alright, let's get the last information. Well, we did finish up day 15. We have 2 more days. But the problem with storing powerful dark artifacts is that slowly, inevitably, the darkness seeps out. So don't do that. Okay, I didn't know what I was trying. I was like, it's a brain. It was indeed not a brain. It was a ball of yarn. It has a path. What is this yarn about? What does this match up to? Because it matches up to something. Maybe it's either it matches up to the streets, which it could be this one goes up to north and then ends there. But I guess what it really wants to know is, where does the ball of yarn end? The ball of yarn ends at like 18. Yeah. That's the guess I have. Where else could this fit in? My luggage. Okay. The top part doesn't really match up to this, though. And that's the only thing I have questions about. Huh. I don't know. That's something for another time. I think this is a good time to stop. It's 10:21, so I would like to get out of this chair too. But before that, we shall pet the cat who is asleep. Yes. Anyways, thank you for coming to stream. I hope you have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week. Good luck with your logo. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be great. There'll be some changes, but it'll be great. It always is. You're so talented. Tiny pants. Have a good night. Love y'all. See y'all next week, or maybe later on this week. I've been doing like random streams here and there, testing out stuff. So might have another one, or maybe just one night I feel like playing GTA. Like tonight, I have to do some serious grinding on my businesses. Anyways, you have a good one, and I will see you later. Bye.